shortly, if someone decides to take a firearm into a school where kids are given an education or entitled to an education and want to harm others, to me it's hateful.
Sheriff, can you talk about the initial interaction between whoever was able to stop the shooter? Can you describe that to us? How did it go down? What exactly happened for us?
Obviously the shooter was armed and our school resource officer engaged him, and the shooter quickly realized that if he did not give up, that it would end with an OIS, an officer involved shooting. He gave up, got on the ground, and the deputy took him into custody.
Sheriff, any idea how the weapon got inside the school, and was there any warning that this was going to happen?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, very early, and we're still looking into that, whether or not, or how he obtained it and how he got it into the school.
Sheriff, you go with his parents or his family to learn more about what led up to these moments?
We have.
Any information you can share?
No.
What kind of weapon was
It
used?
seems like you have a large Hispanic population. Have you been able to communicate with the people in their language to make sure that everybody knows what's happening?
Yes, sir, I have. The school and our office has people that speak in Spanish, and they have spoke to those folks as well. Yes.
How is video surveillance helping the sheriff?
With law enforcement now?
Sorry.
Is the shooter talking, and was he saying why?
The shooter was interviewed, and he was speaking with our investigators earlier, along with the GBI.
Sheriff, can you
Video
identify the
surveillance,
two
how does that help
deceased?
you, Sheriff?
It is helping our investigation.
Can you say,
Sheriff, reports of threatening calls perhaps made to the school prior to the shooting. Is that accurate?
None that I'm aware of.
What
Were
weapon
all
was used?
9 injured victims shot?
In some capacity, yes.
Sheriff, can you tell us about the 2 individuals deceased and was one targeted?
We don't know of any targets at this point.
Last
Sheriff,
question.
what kind of weapon was used? Have you identified the weapon?
We have not identified that at this point. No.
Sheriff, is there a connection?
This is the last question I'm going to take.
Sheriff, is there a connection between the shooter and the victims?
None that I'm aware of.
Was the shooter a student here?
I know that you have a lot of questions about the student and that we mentioned that we identified earlier. Keep in mind that that's part of our investigation, that we're looking into every aspect of that individual, his connection here at the school. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, he was a student here. So as part of our investigation, we're looking into all aspects, current and prior, involving that individual.
Can you tell us how many rounds were fired? Can you tell us how many rounds were fired?
Do what?
The shooter is a student, yes.
When can we expect the
We do not know how many rounds.
Has that shooter had any past history with law enforcement?
For now, this is the information that we have. It is an active investigation. I assure you, we do plan to come back out here in a couple of hours. Please make sure you're following the GBIX page. That's what's going to be putting the updates. If there's anything that's new, we'll make sure that we share that information. It's still very early. Investigators have a lot of work to do. We appreciate your patience. Do expect another in-person news conference out here in the next few hours. Monitor the X page, and we'll be sure to update you accordingly. Thank you.
And that's the on x.com.
Thank you.
We just finished hearing from officials in Georgia about the shooting at Appalache High School. Berry County Sheriff was noticeably emotional and says he never imagined he'd be speaking to the media about such pure evil, and that he went to school in the district. His kids go to school in the district, and his heart hurts for the families affected. Police say 4 people were killed, 2 of them students, 2 of them teachers. 9 were taken to the hospital for various injuries. They are working to gather all of the facts here, but say this is a murder investigation. Now, the shooter is in custody. His name is Colt Gray. He's a 14-year-old student at the school. He will apparently be charged as an adult. Now, they did comment on the swift response from law enforcement multiple times. They say multiple EMS personnel, multiple fire personnel, and police agencies responded to the scene after reports of that shooting. Police there, though, asking people who may know anything about the incident to submit an anonymous tip. They are also asking for the public's patience as they work to give updates. We also heard from Dr. LeDuff, who is the school superintendent of the Berry County school system. He says schools will be closed for the remainder of this week as they cooperate with law enforcement to get some answers on the tragic turn of events that unfolded today. They tell us that another news conference is expected within the next few hours. We will have more tonight on Fox 2 News at 5. We'll be right back after this break.